now joined by Mukhtaar Tijani from the government of Nigeria. Good morning, Mukhtaar.
Hi, good morning.
Mukhtaar, let's start with a look at the energy sector in Nigeria. What's some of the work that you're doing there?
Good morning. I'm Mukhtaar Tijani, and I advise the high-level government of Nigeria on issues relating to the power sector. Typically, I mean, the power sector is, a lot of sectors in Nigeria rely on the power sector, industry, agriculture, everyone relies on the power sector. So it's important we get the power sector right, ensure investment, encourage investors to allow the sector expand and flourish to ensure the Nigerian economy is booming, essentially.
Now, in terms of the private-public partnerships, how easy or how difficult has it been since the privatization of power in Nigeria?
So Nigeria privatized the government assets, the generation and distribution assets to private investors in November of 2013. And the transmission company is still run and owned by the federal government, but private investors operate and own majority ownership of the generation and distribution assets. Just like in every other country that's privatized, there have been growing pains, and we are working very hard to mitigate those pains. The high levels of losses, which the regulator, NERC, is working to get a cost-reflective tariff to ensure the sector is sustainable and flourishes on its own.
Where does Nigeria currently stand in terms of off-grid power generation?
So there's a rural electrification agency in Nigeria that is tasked with providing reliable power to the over 90 million Nigerians that are off-grid. And that's about half of the population, just to let you understand the scale of the off-grid market. And the agency currently runs a few electrification initiatives that are implemented by the agency, but backed by the federal government. Like I can talk about a couple of them. The Energizing Economies, which provides uninterrupted power to markets and economic clusters to ensure they are able to produce more. It would eventually improve the GDP of the nation. And there's also the Energizing Education, which seeks to provide uninterrupted powers to the 43 federal universities in the country.
What are you hoping will be the outcomes of the Africa Energy Forum 2018?
So I like the theme of the Africa Energy Forum about reflecting on the past 20 years, because a lot of what has happened in Nigeria's power sector really happened since 1999, just the past 20 years. And it's very important to showcase where Nigeria is. My hope after this forum is to increase foreign direct investment into the Nigerian power sector. It's an open market. Government is working very hard to provide an conducive environment for investors to come in. So my hope is we get more investors come in by understanding the sector a bit better.
Now, just finally, in terms of technology and innovation, because during many of the discussions that have taken place in the past 3 days, innovation is key in terms of moving power generation forward on the African continent. How is Nigeria using technology and innovation to make it easier to produce power? Very
much so. The initiatives I spoke about, on especially off-grid, are using cutting-edge technology, high-capacity solar systems in markets to ensure clusters are well energized. Even on the on-grid, there's a SCADA, which is a supervisory control and data acquisition, that helps different substations and transmission equipment talk to each other, so we can optimize the load and also ensure generation is meeting the demands.
We'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.